I'm Jim Vassell in the New Jersey State House in Trenton, just about an hour south of MetLife Stadium, which will be home to 8 World Cup matches. Now, residents of New York City will have an opportunity to enter for low-cost tickets to get into the World Cup. Meanwhile, New Jersey residents don't have that same opportunity, and lawmakers here in the State House are demanding answers. Days after New York City launched the low-cost World Cup ticket lottery, several lawmakers in New Jersey are left wondering why the Garden State can't get in on the game.
Well, it's really a shame, Jim, is what it is.
Assemblyman Michael Ganamort is among several Trenton Republicans who are demanding answers as to why New Jersey, which is hosting 8 World Cup matches, including the final, isn't offering something similar.
It's played in New Jersey, and yet the discount tickets are exclusive to New York City residents. There's just an imbalance here. There's a tremendous disconnect.
On Monday, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani opened up an online lottery for $50 World Cup tickets for city residents ages 15 and up. The lottery, which has a cap of 50,000 registrations per day, filled up in 3 minutes. And Ganamort is calling on the host committee to meet with lawmakers.
We're particularly disappointed. It's why we want them to come in for hearings to the Budget Committee and get some answers.
New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill also expressing concern over the lack of discount opportunities.
Yeah, I think we're all very concerned, and there's a lot the host committee can do to start with offering this same opportunity to New Jerseyans.
With about 2 weeks to go until the World Cup, Republican lawmakers in the State House are calling on the host committee to make this happen for New Jersey residents.
We have something in front of us today that can be resolved in the next 2 weeks, and that's to give New Jerseyans the same opportunity to attend these games as has been given to New York City residents on the backs of New Jersey taxpayers.
In a statement to Pix 11 News, the New York-New Jersey Host Committee said, quote, "The Host Committee is proud to partner with FIFA, New Jersey, New York, and New York City to deliver an unforgettable World Cup experience for residents and visitors alike. From our $3.6 million transit investment to support New Jersey commuters, our affordable bus and ticket initiative, to fan events all over the region, we want this once-in-a-generation event to have a beneficial and lasting impact." In the New Jersey State House, I'm Jim Vassell.
FBI investigators say they are going in all hands on deck to partner up with local, state, and federal agencies to make sure that they are ready and prepared, having been trained for one of the largest sporting events here in Atlanta with the FIFA matches since the 1996 Olympic Games. Part of the FBI's security plan includes a no-drone zone around match venues and fan festivals from June 15 through July 15th, with violators facing fines of up to $100,000. FBI agents say their biggest threat is to make sure drones are not flying in the area where the FIFA matches are going to be held. They're going to be having a no-fly drone zone and will be deferring to the FAA on exactly when those will go into effect.
This is a no drone zone, and so we will be utilizing our drones to provide an overview of the space. We'll also be using these drones to ensure that the event remains safe and secure, and help us with responding to incidents that might arise.
FBI SWAT teams will maintain a high level of visibility around the FIFA events, and will be downtown during all matches and fan days. Teams are highly trained and prepared to respond and to deploy at a moment's notice to any type of threat in the city of Atlanta, and their presence is intended to enhance public safety, and residents should not be a cause for alarm.
Georgia is expected to welcome nearly 80,000 visitors for the 8 FIFA matches, most of them international tourists.
This vehicle is used to deploy to crime scenes to collect evidence and to support investigations with our local partners.
Bomb techs will respond to suspicious packages, suspicious vehicles, or any other call-outs necessary in support of the event. The public is encouraged to obviously see something, say something. If you do see something suspicious, please call 911.
FBI investigators say they're going to be monitoring online for scammers and cybersecurity threats, as well as look out for online traffickers, because they say human trafficking typically sees an uprise, especially during large sporting events. Reporting at the FBI headquarters in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
48 teams will play in the World Cup, each training at one site in North America. 39 teams will practice in the United States, 7 in Mexico, and 2 in Canada. Team Ghana will train right here at Bryant University in Rhode Island.
We're a global university, and we want to make sure that we get our brand and name out to the rest of the world, and this is a great opportunity for us.
From the soccer fields to the weight room To player recovery spaces, Bryant University is now in full World Cup mode.
We're looking right here at the brand new field that FIFA just installed for Team Ghana. It's 90,000 square feet of new natural sod that was just installed. They'll be using this as their main primary practice area. They'll be using the building behind us, the Navigant Fieldhouse, as their locker room and training room area, as well as our strength and conditioning center.
The university was selected as an official FIFA World Cup base camp, hosting Ghana's national team during the tournament.
The process started back in the early fall when we got contacted by FIFA asking if we'd be interested in being a training site. And then as part of being part of that package, we were presented to all of the 48 teams that made the tournament. And it's based on geography. So Ghana is playing their first match in Toronto in Canada, and then Gillette, and then Philly. So we were a very great regionally based solution for them.
With 7 World Cup matches being played just up the road in Foxborough, school leaders say this puts Rhode Island in the global spotlight. The campus will also have extra security, FIFA requirements, and behind-the-scenes preparations as players, coaches, staff, and fans arrive from around the world.
All of them to a T were very impressed with the scope and breadth of our athletic facilities and thought that we had great facilities even for the World Cup standards.
I'm Ethan Logan, New Bedford, Massachusetts. This piece of legislation was first presented just weeks before the start of the World Cup here in New England. And state leaders say residents shouldn't be the only ones enjoying the excitement, as local businesses should also be able to capitalize on the World Cup fever as well. Bay State lawmakers looking for ways to help small businesses take advantage of the world's biggest sports tournament being in town this summer. Carol Fiola, who represents parts of Fall River and Freetown on Beacon Hill, recently filed legislation for House Docket 6086. The bill would allow cities and towns statewide to opt in and extend the hours of liquor licenses for a majority of the summer, which has some in the restaurant business excited.
It'll definitely give us a boost in business. We usually get the last of the people anyways that want to be out. So it's summertime, everybody wants to be out, so I think it'll just give us a little bit more business at the end of the night.
The bill will also allow businesses with on-premises liquor licenses to sell alcohol for off-premise consumption within designated consumption districts. The bill would also allow restaurants and bars with local approval to extend their alcohol service by 1 additional hour beyond when they usually close, up to 3 a.m. If the bill is passed, it will be in effect from June 1st through August 31st.
I don't think it's the end of the world. Alcohol sales are down probably across the country. I know they're down in Massachusetts. So if we can help our local businesses and they want to choose to stay open an hour to help finish up a game, I'm not against it.
In Rhode Island, both the House and Senate have passed a similar bill to this. That piece of legislation is on the calendar for Thursday's session. Elected officials reminding residents that if this bill is passed, to enjoy it responsibly.
We're always concerned about people drinking and driving, and we just hope that they're responsible enough to know that this is a one-shot deal to get through the World Cup and that they do what they're supposed to do. And take some responsibility for yourself. Be smart, get a designated driver, go have a laugh, but do it safely.
As long as we can keep our customers safe and happy and enjoying their time, we'd love to stay open later and accommodate everybody.
And restaurant employees are feeling equally excited about the prospect of meeting new people from different countries and cultures over the coming weeks as well. In New Bedford, Massachusetts, I'm Ethan Logue.
I'm Lauren Henry in Oklahoma City, and an Oklahoma woman got the surprise that she never asked for when Canadian authorities came calling. She'd soon learn the man she'd been married to for 14 years wasn't who he said he was.
The pain of just being betrayed at that level, taken advantage of.
When Deb Proctor met Jeffrey Walton on a dating website, he left a lasting impression.
We both loved music, golf. He had traveled. He was a mechanical engineer.
They met, then 2 years later, married.
There was difficulties from the get-go. He would have a very lucrative income for a short time, and we would have good times. And then as the employment difficulties continued, employment was intermittent, or he might lose another job.
Jeff told Deb he was a veteran, but when his health issues began, he refused to let Deb take him to the VA.
that is the first time when I began to think, this is not making sense, and considered getting a private investigator, but then realized that we don't have the money to do that.
And then the phone call she never expected.
It was the Ontario Provincial Police, and they had reopened an investigation, and they believe I was married to Ron Stan, who was going by the name of Jeff Walton, and that actually, if Ron Stan had had a barn fire in Canada many years ago, and animals inside, and they burned up, and he'd left a wife and 2 little children, and they could never find him.
Ronald Stan was presumed dead by Canadian police for the last 37 years. What followed were more conversations with investigators, but in the end, he never faced any criminal charges for his lies.
Lost the best years of my life to this illusion, this lie.
Once the truth was revealed, Deb filed for divorce. Rebuilding her life was no easy task. Deb healed and eventually began spending time with her now husband, Richard, who helped her learn to trust again.
He was just such a giving spirit, and a beautiful smile, and beautiful blue eyes that just light up. And, we've had our challenges, and particularly health we're facing, but he is the love of my life.
Deb says she's hopeful that through telling her story, she can help others. In Oklahoma City, Lauren Henry.
I'm Abigail Franklin in Oklahoma City. Just over a month after an EF4 tornado ripped through Enid, volunteers are working to reunite people with some of their lost items.
Sure. The day after the tornado, we had people that started bringing in items that they found in their yards and their fields.
Many families lost their homes to that EF4 tornado that tore through Enid. The items inside scattered across the area.
And a lot of these stuffed animals were pulled out of trees and pulled out of just several different areas within the neighborhood.
The items collected, handled with care, made to look their best as they wait to be reunited with their owners.
And there's been a lot of tears, even when it's just us in here working.
Look what I found.
Natalie Silver has volunteered her time since day one.
I just want to make sure that I get them back to their families the best that I can.
Her reward, witnessing people get reunited with their lost belongings.
And we were standing at the tables, and he looked down and he was like, no way, no way. And he picked up an old school photo of him and his family.
That photo was him as a little boy with his late mother and his siblings.
You look at all this stuff and you see it all day, and you're like, man, I just wish that this could go home. I wish if one thing can go out the door, that's a good day.
Luckily, many items have gone out the door.
One lady found a blanket that her mom had given her, and so she was super excited to have that.
However, so many more keepsakes sit unclaimed.
Like this, it's Christmas. It's Christmas of '99.
Waiting for their owners to reclaim them.
All this stuff was flying around inside of a tornado, and it ended up just all over the place. And the fact that we were able to find this much.
The Church of the Plains will close on Friday, but the items will not be discarded. They can be found at the Enid Public Library. In Oklahoma City, I'm Abigail Franklin.
In Cleveland, I'm Peggy Gallick.
I'm Ed Gallick. Police video shows officers saving a life at a city pool.
And now the officers and 3 teens have all been honored.
Running through the rec center.
Cleveland police body camera video shows what it took to save a life. Officers rushed to a child pulled from the pool at the Lonnie Burton Recreation Center.
The child unconscious.
Come on.
What is it? You gotta climb the gate. Ain't no opening.
This happened last June. And for this, 2 Cleveland officers just recently received the Distinguished Service Medal.
They helped give a 9-year-old boy a second chance, alternating CPR.
Police say the boy regained consciousness at the hospital.
Switch. Come on.
Come on.
Looking back on that day, the pool not even open. Police got a call and found the child had jumped the fence. He ended up in the water drowning. Some neighborhood kids pulled him out of the pool, but he had been underwater for several minutes.
Officers Seleny and Nguyen will be receiving the Distinguished Service Medal.
For their life-saving efforts, the Cleveland Division of Police awarded officers Jonathan Seleny and Kevin Nguyen.
These officers' swift response, decisive actions, and commitment to preserving life were instrumental in saving the life of this juvenile.
Remember, before police were able to do what they did, 3 neighborhood kids jumped into action and were able to get the child out of the water. We showed you last year the city and others gave awards to Cameron Swan, Kervon Johnson, and Keyshawn Wilson.
A 9-year-old child almost died, but neighborhood kids and cops made sure that didn't happen.
And now police made sure the officers were recognized too.
Come on. Come on.
A bat museum here in the bat capital of the world. Hi, I'm Eric Hendrickson here in Austin, Texas. And we're taking a closer look at a new exhibit coming to the Texas Science and Natural History Museum that's giving people a closer look at the myths of bats. Most people think they're rodents, blind, even bloodsuckers. But that's not even close to the truth.
This exhibit is really about dispelling those myths and taking away some of that secrecy and fear that people have around bats.
The exhibit lets people experience bats up close.
Nature untouched is nature unloved. You can get in here, you can get your hands on the models, and you can learn about the different things bats do.
Liam Norris with the Texas Science and Natural History Museum says the exhibit is perfect for the bat capital of the world.
Austin has 9 species of bats, but famously, we've got Mexican free-tailed bats.
And what happens to them could impact you more than you think.
They save farmers $1.4 billion a summer.
Renowned bat conservationist Merlin Tuttle says bats across the U.S. are in decline.
Bats are officially recognized to be America's most endangered mammals.
With habitat loss and a deadly fungus.
People just fear most what they understand least.
Tuttle helped develop the original exhibit for touring more than 3 decades ago. The goal then, as it is now, to dispel myths.
Just going to the bridge doesn't teach you a whole lot about bats.
That's the Congress Avenue Bridge, home to the largest urban bat colony.
At its biggest size in late summer, it can be 1.5 million individuals.
So this summer, before you watch them take flight, you might want to learn what they're really doing up there.
Around, learn all you can about bats around the world, and then make your way down to the Congress Avenue Bridge, and you can watch the bats take off right about sunset for their evening hunt.
And if you missed the exhibit this summer, don't worry, it will be here at the Texas Science and Natural History Museum until next August.
Well, just when you think you've seen it all, the world has a way of saying to you, peep this. The Double E here in Essex had to reschedule their summer series kickoff show due to a flock or unkindness of ravens that built a nest up in the upper rafters here of the stage.
It's not something that I've come across in my time in the music industry.
Ryan Clausen first noticed the nest a couple months ago and saw some signs of life, later counting 4 baby ravens. Unsure of what to do, he reached out to Vermont Fish and Wildlife, who informed him ravens are a federally protected species and it is illegal to kill or move them without a permit. So, with their first concert of the year coming up on Saturday, May 30th, it was either save the show or save the birds.
If we had to move one show in order to save the ravens, that's an easy choice for us to make.
Lucky for Clausen, 3 of the 4 younglings are now flying, and once the 4th one gets going, experts say they will stick around for about a week and then go find new homes. At that point, he will be given the go-ahead to remove the nest and clean up the mess.
So I imagine there's going to be some power washers and a fair amount of safety gloves and whatever you want.
In the meantime, these cawsome creatures are causing quite the curiosity in customers close by.
We were having tacos over there, which were delicious, by the way,
And we were talking about the bird and we wanted to come see him, and I'm so glad that I did. He's huge. We thought it was the mother.
Employees at the Double E are having their own fun as well, still arguing about what to name the birds. They most recently landed on John, Paul, George, and Ringo, with baby Ringo still drumming up the most trouble at the old stage. So for those who want to come down here and see Ringo and the rest of his fine feathered friends, time might be running short. But if you do come on down here, then please be nice to the birds for their safety and your own. I've heard they are very intelligent creatures that know how to hold grudges for years on end. Reporting in Essex, Vermont, Matt Holderman, back to you.
Dedicated freelance coqui frog hunter Michael Shiroma has worked alongside community members and state officials for years, hunting coqui frogs mainly in Pololo Valley. He's now developed a new technique to spot the frogs at night after reading about how some species can be fluorescent with UV light.
So I purchased all these different UV flashlights, all these different spectrums of light, and found that one doesn't necessarily make the frog fluoresce, but their eyes will fluoresce, their eyes will reflect.
And he found a spectrum that works for coquis, 365 nanometers to be exact. The State Department of Agriculture and Biosecurity sees the value in the innovation.
From a hand capturing standpoint, it is another tool that that some people do prefer. Credit to Mr. Shiroma for taking on that burden to go and try and figure it out.
Since February, Shiroma has captured over 1,800 coquis thanks to his UV flashlight and assistance from officials, telling me every creature he removes is less of a burden on the entire Pololo neighborhood.
It was just a game-changing feeling to me that I found something that I don't think anyone else has ever found that's really helping me find exponentially more frogs when I'm going out for my hunts.
And he's found another tool that's being used and helpful, and and if there's ways to enhance that, we should look into it.
I can probably catch or find triple at least that what I used to, and not just triple but very quickly.
Now, while these UV flashlights won't be the silver bullet against Hawaii's coqui problem, officials say every single capture helps prevent the spread from areas that aren't as heavily infested. And Shiroma tells me that he plans to continue these nighttime hunts and train members of the community who'd like to know more. We'll have more information on KH12.com. Bryce Moore, KH12 News, working for Hawaii.